Hi everyone, Damien Fate here, and today we're going to be taking a look at what happens when you do nothing in Minecraft Story Mode Episode 2. This video is going to mostly focus on Jesse and Axel's adventures in Boomtown. The intro sequence to Boomtown is one of my favourite in the series so far. Jesse will be attacked by some of the many griefers that live here, and while it may seem dangerous, you don't actually need to do anything to get through the intro sequence. Well, that's just rude. When Jesse sees a banner that represents the Order of the Stone, he pulls the amulet out of his pocket. That's when he notices that it's glowing.
Dude, it's freaking glowing! Dude, I think you're onto something there. It glowed like that back at the temple, remember?
They come to the conclusion that it glows brighter when you point it towards an Order of the Stone member.
Easy does it. Easy.
Maybe to the left. No, the right. I mean your left. Right, I mean. You're right. About left.
Axel? Stressing me out with that.
However, if you decide not to point it in any direction other than the one that it starts at, Axel will get frustrated and take the wheel. The weird thing is that he actually points you in the opposite direction, but you're already kind of pointing in the right direction to start with.
Ding, ding, ding. Looks like that spire is where we'll find Magnus.
You're quickly surrounded by a bunch of griefers, and they take the amulet from you.
Which one took the amulet?
You're given the choice of going after the male or female griefer. The male griefer has the amulet, and if you don't decide in time, the game will make you automatically chase after him.
I'll go after jerk number 1, you go after fishing dork. Right.
The amulet eventually changes hands once more, and that's when you have to jump on top of the new griefer. However, if you don't do it in time, Ruben steps in and kicks his butt. What is with his mouth? You end up falling on top of him anyway. Eventually Jesse gets the amulet back, and then you have the option of whether to give it to Axel or keep it for yourself as you split up to meet back at Magnus' tower.
So Magnus is somewhere in that building above us. He's gotta be close.
Then quick, toss me the amulet. You're surrounded by griefers and they're gonna tear you apart.
Interestingly, if you do nothing, the game decides to keep it for yourself, which I think means that Jesse is a little bit less trusting of Axel than I would think.
Fine, keep it then.
Once you make it to Magnus' tower, aside from picking up the amulet that you dropped, you don't need to touch anything for this entire section of the game.
Did you really think you could sneak up on me? Ha! You're two of the worst griefers I've ever met. And a pig? Really? Hardly stealthy. Oh yeah? Well, oink 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 to you, pork chop!
Jesse's not really the griefing type.
Or the talking type.
Right? Am I right? I mean, that guy? He's got griefer written all over him.
Man, you don't know how much that means to me. But yeah, I'm not exactly a griefer yet. But seriously, man, I can learn.
Right? So tell me something, not griefers. How'd you find me? You working with someone? Or maybe you bribed another griefer? Ha! For two noobs, I'm impressed you found me.
Gabriel sent us. We're on an important mission for him.
I see. A mission to appear like the two biggest griefer noobs the world has ever seen? This is all sounding pretty weird, dudes.
I never understood why he keeps letting you get closer when he clearly doesn't trust you.
Why are you here? I want answers. Now. And just give it to me straight.
Magnus, we need your help. Our world, it's ending.
You have me intrigued. Go on. Give me one reason why, for even a second, I should come with you. I am the ruler of this place. I keep the disorder.
Magnus, I've looked up to you as long as I can remember. You've always been a hero to me. And we're here to ask you if you'll come help us save the world.
All this stuff you've told me, you expect me to just take your word for it? Two strangers with wild stories, and nothing to show for it.
In all fairness, Jesse didn't really have any wild stories for you.
I don't like begging, but I will.
Yikes. Let's not go down that road.
During the Death Bowl, you're given a chance to pick a name for yourself, and quite like the first episode of the game, if you don't choose one of the options presented, you get a secret fourth option.
Come on, Jesse. I can help if you want. That's Jesse, aka the Pigmaster, trained by the wild pigs of the mountain, unbeaten in the hog and snout techniques. But most important, Jesse's my best friend.
Aww.
You're the big guy. Give a big Death Bowl welcome to the Big Master! Let the griefing begin!
Before the battle begins, you're given the choice of different materials to build your base from.
Some stone, some pink wool.
If you don't choose one in time, a griefer pops in and offers an alternate suggestion.
I think this will serve you best. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure sponge is a bad choice. While I don't really think this counts as a do-nothing moment, if you actually stop building halfway through, you'll notice something strange about Jesse. I think he's in creative mode. The battle has begun and you're given an egg to throw at Magnus. If you don't throw the egg at him, you won't be able to progress the game. Which is strange because after you miss this shot, you're given another chance to throw an egg at him. However, the game will actually throw the egg for you this time, even if you don't press anything.
You grief with the best.
Bullseye. After the battle is over and you are declared the victor, you're given a chance to make a rousing speech.
It's just the winner sometimes, I don't know, gives a speech, pontificates, orates, say something.
Maybe he could win the crowd over with a big smile.
Or not. Well, you guys ready then?
Or maybe not.
This'll be a way easier target than Magnus.
Well, that just about covers the events that happen in Boomtown, so let's fast forward to where we left off in the last video, where the heroes escape the Wither Storm and make it to Soren's mountain lair. At the entrance to the lair, there is a parkour challenge with several points of failure. If you choose to do nothing during the prompts, then of course you're going to fall down, but you don't die. You actually end up in a room surrounded by Endermen. Creepy. If you do happen to make it a little bit further along the parkour challenge, Ruben will slip.
Hang on, I'm coming!
And once again, if you decide not to save him, he will pull you down with him. Lucas also joins you in the Enderman Pit of Doom, and I just want to point out that you jump into a river and then fall down a waterfall to end up in this big chamber where all the other heroes are waiting for you. But if you do make it across the parkour, then you end up in the exact same room, which is really strange. Soon Petra asks you to join her for a private chat. Mwah, mwah, mwah. She's been infected with the Wither and she's looking for a little bit of support. Unfortunately, she's not going to get any from us today.
It showed up not too long after you saved me. You can't tell anyone about this.
You're quickly interrupted by a creeper which blows a hole in the floor. And even if you don't actually click on Petra's hand, Jesse's survival instincts are too strong and he'll try anyway.
Jesse, I just couldn't... I'm sorry. Are you okay?
That silent stare cracks me up.
I'm gonna figure this out, Jesse. I promise.
Eventually you find your way to the library, where Ivor is busy checking away at some books.
Something useful in here. He has to. Why would he have so many books? Is he just collecting them? He can't have read all these.
Even if you don't say anything, he seems to sense your disapproving stare.
Trying to interfere with my plans again, I see. Your tenacity is commendable, yet misguided. You found your way in here, so now you may find it back out again. Immediately. You always turn up right before my plans go awry. Quite the ill omen, aren't you?
I think I agree with Ivor.
Move!
Jesse used silence.
You cannot stop me with silence.
It wasn't very effective.
Not going anywhere.
Petra, you escaped?
Foolish girl!
Shut up. I don't care what you have to say. I'm just gonna take you down.
Ha!
Jesse's really not much help. During the entire battle with Ivor, you don't need to press any buttons other than moving a bit closer to him. There are plenty of other prompts that show up during the battle, but you don't actually need to dodge any of them, and there's a couple of interesting things that will happen if you do ignore them. One example is this really weird slow swinging animation that Ivor does if you don't actually counterattack him. What even was that?
You're not going anywhere.
This could have all been avoided. If you want to stop me, you'll have to catch me first.
Jesse, look out! You're not getting out of here that easy, Ivor.
I'm like the wind!
I'll cut through you if I have to.
Ivor, stop!
It didn't have to go this way, Jesse. You could have just let me go. Now you see me. Now you...
The invisible Ivor tries to throw a potion at Petra. This potion is easily deflected back when you're playing for real, but even if you don't hit it back, Ivor still acts hurt, as if the potion had hit him.
There's no time for this.
What? Well, we finally reached the end of this episode of Doing Nothing in Minecraft Story Mode. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do consider giving it a thumbs up, sharing with your friends, and subscribing for more. If you'd like to see more right now, go ahead and poke out Ivor's right eye to watch my Let's Play series of Minecraft Story Mode, and poke out his left eye to watch the next episode of Doing Nothing, where I'll cover the events of episode 3. Goodbye!